Hello and happy Easter. We've got changes moving our way this week, including building heat and a chance for thunderstorms. In fact, this Easter, feeling a little bit more like the 4th of July outside compared to where we should be this time of the year. Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're having a great Easter with you and your family. What a beautiful day out. If you're new to this channel, please consider liking this video so more people can see it. Subscribe to the channel and let us know where you're watching from. That always helps us out as we're mapping out events like this. But let's track what's going on today. A big dip in the jet stream here, causing the potential for severe weather toward the middle part of the country. And I'm going to go over where severe weather is going to manufacture over the next couple of days, because we are going to get back into a summertime-like pattern where just about any of us could get a strong to severe thunderstorm, but at least we're getting better rain chances. We need that. Just got an update from the folks at the North Carolina Forestry Service about the Bee Rock Creek fire in McDowell County. It's over 1,000 acres now, about 27% contained. They've got several hundred personnel working on that right now to put it out. Another rapidly spreading fire yesterday got going in Swain County. They had to do some evacuations there. It's because of this big ridge of high pressure. We're dry, it's hot, and it's not very humid. That's leading to high fire danger. The changes do come our way. Today, that big dip in the jet stream here is going to cause severe weather in some areas, but later this week, that ridge is not as pronounced. We get more into a zonal flow. What that's going to allow is basically us to at least have not sinking air in the atmosphere, but rather allow a little bit of rising motion, which will give us scattered daytime thunderstorms, which will probably take until Tuesday or Wednesday to get going, but at least we have a change coming our way. Let's look at what that looks like on the pattern here. There's that deep low pressure system responsible for some severe weather toward Arkansas, parts of Missouri. These areas could have severe weather later today, all because of that low pressure. Now, that low stretches way out and doesn't really get into our area, but what it does is produce more of a southwesterly wind in the southeast. That's going to allow it to be a little bit more muggy and give us a better chance for some thunderstorms moving into this week. So we'll be watching out for that moving forward here, is that we'll at least have better chances for rain, especially Tuesday night and Wednesday. That front's basically draped right over us. And it does spark additional thunderstorms, which will help us get in on some of that action moving forward here. And it does look quite stormy here each afternoon. It won't be a washout by any means, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, each with pretty decent rain and thunderstorm chances. And with it being so warm and muggy, I can't rule out that any of those do become severe. That pattern really is locked in through the rest of the week. I don't see it cooling down. I don't see our rain or thunderstorm chances really going away. So we'll be watching for that as some of these storms turn a little bit more severe. Certainly very possible there. So we'll be looking out for that. And really going into next week, we're locked and loaded with the same pattern. So today, that severe threat is in the high category here from Missouri down through Arkansas, western parts of Oklahoma. It's not only a severe threat, but it's also a tornado threat. That hatched area means strong tornadoes are possible. You see that written in the crawl at the bottom of the screen here. Arkansas into parts of Missouri. This area could have EF2 or greater tornadoes. Let's move forward here. What about day 3? We do have the possibility of some general thunderstorms here on day 3. And you see here, it's not really highlighted for an extended area of probable severe weather, but it does give us the chance that we could get in on some action here. Probability is too low for any kind of organized severe weather, days 4 through 8, but there will be the chances for thunderstorms each of those days. Looking specifically at the threats from the experimental models here, let's refresh that, make sure we got what we got. And moving forward here, day 1, we certainly have a high risk back through Arkansas, middle parts of the country. Let's go to day 2, not much cooking. Days 3 through 8, day 3 would give us a chance for some strong winds in the southeast. And then same story with that front kind of being draped over us in the southeast. Day 4, day 5, day 6. This model is all showing the probability is there of at least some strong winds, okay? Severe probability. That'd mean wind gusts in excess of 60 miles per hour or some hail out of some of the storms. And it's because that front basically lives right on top of us. Well, where do we go from here? Well, it does look like in the extended outlook here, which would get us from April 24th, end of this week, through the end of the month to the 28th, we do look to be above normal in the temperature department and the precipitation department, and it could be well above normal. I'm expecting temperatures that will be in the 80s for most of the southeast. Again, feeling a little bit more like the 4th of July type weather. Let's go a little bit deeper in the forecast. This goes through May 2nd, April 26th through May 2nd, near normal rain chances, but we're still cooking. This model goes all the way to May 2nd, showing a big ridge, warm temperatures set up all across the south. And we could go one more step deeper. This would be that first 2 weeks of May look to remain above normal. So it does look like spring has sprung. You can plant. I don't have frost or freezes in the forecast across the south. You're safe there, and that's certainly good for area farmers like my dad. My family grows apples. Peach farmers, strawberry growers do not want to see any kind of severe weather of any kind moving forward here. As far as rain is concerned, I know we need it. The wildfire dangers are high with what we have going on. Most of the rain is going to be concentrated toward the middle of the country with the way that front's set up. But with additional thunderstorm chances in the forecast, we will at least see better rain chances in the coming days where we have been so dry here lately. So that's kind of what's cooking here on this Easter Sunday, folks. I really appreciate you tuning in and getting a look at what's going in. But I do see a concerning pattern in the fact that we are going to see building thunderstorm chances. So I know that we've been used to the dry afternoon and evening forecasts where ball practices, any kind of evening plans are just fine. But I do want you to keep an eye to the sky and stay weather aware this upcoming week that we could get some severe thunderstorm warnings here or there with those run-of-the-mill daytime thunderstorms that this time of the year turn a bit more feisty. Hail makers, strong wind makers. And now most of our trees have leaves, so there's a little bit more sail on the trees. And I've noticed, I've got a tree out back. I'm going to tell you about this here soon. I've got a big oak out back. I mean, I couldn't wrap my arms around it. It went like this and back and forth with Helene. I noticed, now that it has leaves, it just looks different. So it got me a little curious because one of my son's rooms is on that side of the house. I'm always so cognizant of this. I say it on TV all the time. If you have a tree that looks suspect and it's near a family member's room, I mean, it breaks my heart. It's so sad to hear some of these stories. So it got me worried. I called a tree expert, the city arborist, and my friend Brad came over and looked at it. And he did a few things. He said, yep, that tree needs to come down. I said, it looks perfectly healthy, and it does. But he did a couple of tests, and with Helene and the stress of blowing the trees like this back and forth, and then the wind would change directions when the hurricane would move north, the wind would change from a different angle. He said this took such a beating, and the roots were going like this. The roots held in, but now there's such a cavity where the roots would go up and back that it's vulnerable to falling. And I can see now that he pointed it out, and he knocked on the ground, and it sounded like a hollow cabinet, right? The next storm that comes with the winds like that could be responsible for bringing down that tree or others. So I'd urge you folks, and I'll show you a video of this here when he comes out because this thing's a big one. And I want to show you more information about that. But hey, keep that in mind in the coming days. Does a tree, even though it looks healthy with leaves on it, does it look just different? I mean, I've stared at that tree 100 times. It's a beautiful tree, but it's just leaning differently now that it's got leaves on it, and it caused me enough to get it investigated. So there's my TED Talk of the day. Folks, I hope you have a blessed Easter with your family. We're about to go do some Easter egg hunting, some fun with our life group, and I hope you took some time today just to enjoy some time with family as well. And what a beautiful, beautiful day it has been. All right, guys, we'll talk soon. Hope you have a great week, and you bet we'll be tracking some storms later this week. I'll keep you posted.